Going through a production process for anybody, young, medium-sized, old, is a really good exercise about patience, understanding other people, understanding your own skills, other people's skills, and seeing it go from little pieces of a puzzle to like this beautiful thing that you get to experience making it, and then somebody else gets to enjoy it.
The best part of being in the band is that this experience of mine, it teaches me how to coordinate with everyone else, and it's not like you can always get your way. You have to you can also learn more from everybody else.
It's really nice working with other kids that I don't usually work with very well. I think mostly we're learning teamwork and expressing feelings through music and movement. It's just a different thing rather than sitting with my textbook in class and learning multiplication and stuff.
They're learning a lot of life skills where, usually they don't get that much of opportunity to learn otherwise. They're helping each other in catching up with subjects, or, they are working towards perfection. And so many, children do have talents, and each one is so different from each other. And now we actually realize and, we discover certain talents in some children. So I often see them in the corridor working with each other, learning from each other to, they don't want to let their team down. So I thought that is a great learning actually. I can't teach that in a science class or a language class. This is through experience they are learning a lot.
Outside class learning is more interesting because you're actually seeing stuff and actually doing it rather than just like learning theory. Because then for me it's a little bit hard to memorize, but when I actually see it, it's actually much more easier and much more interesting.
A lot of group dynamics, leadership qualities coming to the fore. I don't know how many of that happens when you're just doing academics. When you do something like this, which is different from their regular co-curricular activities, they have the scope to explore, learn, actually execute it and see the results. And then on the final day, when they'll actually see all those 130 odd props, this is like a mini factory. In the next 1.5 months, they're going to make 130 props with their own hands, and all primary children between grade 1 and 5. I think it's an amazing experience for them and for us. It's a learning for me.
The thing I like most about the dance is probably like the teamwork. Everybody comes and makes everyone feel better. And before this, I couldn't dance at all. So this has helped me grow as a dancer, and I think I discovered one of my talents.
Confidence, which was here, goes up here after a production practice, and they become more responsible. See, I teach grade 3, and for those little tiny tots for whom I have to run behind to complete work or to take their books home, during production time, they would come and remind us, ma'am, it's 12:30, can we get to practice? And then they would be quickly, come on, let's line up. And they would be, sort of getting the group together and saying, ma'am, he's in art, he's in music. And the missed classwork, without reminders, they would come back and find out, ma'am, what did you do when we were not there? So, responsibility goes along. It's not like they just go off or take off just because they are in a practice. They come back to do academics.
They surprise us every day with how much they are in tune with the process. So there are a lot of exercises actually that you do with an adult, and it'll take them time, like, why is your character saying this? Do you understand the motivation of your character? Do you understand, so it's, okay, for example, there's this thing called actioning. So not only am I supposed to say it with the feeling, which any of us can be happy, angry, sad, whatever, but by saying this, what am I trying to do to you? What is the reaction I'm trying to get in you? And they catch it immediately. So not only do they understand the text, they understand why their characters are saying what they're saying and what sort of a result they're trying to evoke in somebody else, you know. So I find just their emotional intelligence, their comprehension intelligence, and the way they're able to tap into what the lines mean, what the story is about, as opposed to just the fun, gaggy elements that the script is full of. Of course, there's lots of fun, lots of jokes. They also saw the subtext far sooner than I imagined them to see it.
The school believes in maximizing exposure, and they're getting to work with the best in the field, like Inventure Academy, or be it the production house, and then the special dance, and it brings out the best in them.
Back home, I have like an individual class. I don't play with any friends, and here I get to jam with drummers and guitarists. So I know how it feels with 2 or more instruments combined together.
I find it a bit hard to get the steps for the first time, but now I know this is like a big show, and like a lot of people will come to watch it, and it's like sometimes it inspires me to see people like do dance as well.
I personally like music because it gives me like I don't like those kind of rock stuff. I like soft singing and music. It just gives me I don't know why, it gives me a really nice feeling.